Hello my friends, welcome to my channel. Today we will be starting a new series of bits. Tomorrow we will get back to the water cooler bits and our vision for the future. I have decided to take a page out of Sam Seder's book, the Majority Report, Sam Seder's show, and R.M. Brown. It's basically a spin-off in their universe. Have made a lot of hay from targeting and mocking right-wing influencers. The right-wing influencers that they tend to focus on are stupid people, though, right? People like Tim Pool or Dave Rubin. Dave Rubin might actually be cognitively impaired, right? He might actually be too slow to make fun of, morally wise. But, the idea is good. There are right-wing thinkers who are out there who deserve this mockery. But I think that the ones that are worth taking down are whales that are beyond Sam Seder. And so I'm going to start picking on some right-wing thinkers that I have encountered in my time. And today I'm going to focus on these two over an extended bit. I have books and articles by them, but today I'm just going to introduce them, tell you what's wrong with them, what they believe, and then hopefully over time we'll have a productive conversation eviscerating their insipid and vacuous ideas. So the first thinker that I want to talk about is a man named Peter Zeihan. Peter Zeihan is a geopolitical thinker, a strategist. The way he makes his money is books on geopolitics, and then also travels the world giving talks, which are basically just his book resaid, to help people try and keep perspective when making investor decisions. He is a reactionary, he's right-wing, he is an American supremacist, chauvinist. He believes that America is geographically destined for dominance. And that's really his contribution to the field, is this single-minded worship, almost, of geography. Geography is destiny, is something he says, and the way that he uses geography actually interacts with sociology. It's that the population pyramid, if you imagine that in a regular society, a pyramid would look like this: the old at the top and the young at the bottom, more young than there are old. And he says that within a healthy society, something like Mexico, that's a pyramid. It looks like a pyramid. And from his understanding, that if you look to somewhere like China, that it is inverted, or Germany inverted, South Korea inverted. And so the point is that China can't be a threat to the United States because soon they will have 1 billion retirees and 400 million workers, or something like that. I'm not sure exactly how the math works out, but they're running out of 30-year-olds, is what he says all the time. It's a good thought process, but ultimately all he does is projection. He has no ability to keep at abeyance his own biases. He doesn't engage with leftist thinking at all, and his thinking since Donald Trump's election, he has become very panicky all of a sudden, when before the American empire was destined to succeed. Because the geography was perfect, because they produced the most food in the world, because the Mississippi River system was so bounteous, because the islands that form up and down the coast provide just the best harbors in the world, which are persuasive arguments, right? But even the most secure empire can be brought down by discord and discontent. And for him to not see that as a possibility, or not see it coming even as the Confederacy, the neo-Confederacy of the southern states has malignantly reappeared, metastasized like a cancer throughout the American system. And it threatens upheaval of the whole thing, that this Confederate core within the American system being the core of the hegemony of NATO, threatens to destroy it. And he won't admit that, though, because I'm sure as a reactionary and a right-winger that he would prefer the Confederate strain to be victorious over the Unionist. Yeah, he's not very bright. And in fact, all these people are not very bright. The system only selects subordination and submission, is what Noam Chomsky says. If you were bright, the system wouldn't pick you. The system hates bright. The system needs a barely minimal competence level, and it selects for that. And speaking of, that brings us to our next person who we will be hopefully stomping on their grave, as a professor of mine once told me on how to argue. Forget ad hominem, he says. Stomp on their grave. We'll do an ad hominem video one day. But John Mearsheimer is the second thinker, and he is a geopolitical strategist as well. He's often on the YouTube channel Judge Napolitano. Napolitano is an example of an idiot. Double-digit IQ, rising to a judgeship. But back to Mearsheimer. Mearsheimer is a buffoon, you know, shallow, not very knowledgeable, not a good speaker. He is, I will credit him, I guess, with the work he did with his academic partner, whose name escapes me now, but they uncovered the mainstream analysis of the Israel lobby and the power that it held over the Congress and the Senate in America, and that basically any policy that goes against the policies of Israel will be shot down, was the discovery of John Mearsheimer. But I'm not really here to shoot that down. That's correct, but late to the party, right? You should have known that, technically, since JFK was assassinated, at least, or maybe even when George C. Marshall, the chief of staff of the American Army during World War II, he wrote a lengthy prediction of Israel's future that is perfect, that they will have to become genocidal and expansionists to defend their borders, which are untenable. So it's not a great discovery that he's had. And in fact, I would call it unacademic. And then his worldview is pathetic, right? That America is Godzilla. We don't want China to become their own power in their own backyard. I've said in the last video, China's no threat to us. We are Godzilla. China is easily kept down. And so his vision for the future is just scared. He's just a scared boy who doesn't want to fight and is worried about his grandchildren having to fight. But there is no fight, right? If we reach concordat with the Chinese, right, and extend our reach to the stars, right, we start crashing mineral-rich meteorites into the Hudson, right, and powering plants across North America with it, and distributing resources as gifts, as a subsidy to the nations that are not the Anglophones, which we will be able to. We'll have a moon base that gives helium-3 that helps power and cool our thorium reactors across the world. We'll have bases on Titan that will extract ungodly amounts of hydrocarbons, oil and lubricants to last for civilizational eons, right? All we have to do is organize and stretch out. The space exploration is within our grasp, within our time. We can become a Type 1 civilization and dominate this star. But we won't, as long as the ideology of the right-wingers gets to select who's a thinker. And none of them can think. None of them.